The U.S. and Israel have been involved in intense discussions recently about whether Washington will sanction a unit of the Israel Defense Forces called Netzah Yehuda after reports of a string of human rights violations committed against Palestinian civilians in the West Bank before the Gaza conflict began in October. Netzah Yehuda was created in 1999 as an all-male combat unit with a specific goal of enlisting young Jews who had dropped out of ultra-Orthodox Jewish religious schools. U.S. sanctions would mean a ban on transferring U.S. weapons or giving military assistance to Netzah Yehuda specifically.
I was hee-hee-ha-ha-ing about the UFO stuff. Now, this is not something to be joking about. It's not. Here's the thing. So October 7th of last year, I have been very vocal about my support for Israel, the Israeli people, and their right to exist because, God damn it, they have a right to exist. Now, all of that being said, that does not translate to permission of human atrocities, of war crimes, of going into the Gaza Strip and murdering 35,000 innocent Palestinians. That doesn't translate. That's not the way that works, and it's not the way that is supposed to work. Now, here's the thing. It seems that even though this Yehuda group that no one can seem to pronounce, especially me since I'm in Kentucky, or from Kentucky, it seems that we are not supposed to call out the IDF on any of their bullshit. And I don't believe that. I think it's our responsibility, it's our job to call this stuff out regardless. All right. Now, absolutely, I am anti-Hamas. All right. But not everyone that's in the Gaza Strip follows Hamas. You've got a ton of innocent people there, and those innocent people are being hurt and victimized by the Israelis because it's not about being humane and just. It's about revenge right now, and we've got to get past that. This is not how you win friends and influence enemies. This is how you make enemies. It's situations like this that you have to be. That if you will be to go into have that incursion like that, it's of the utmost importance that you remain humane and just, that you are able to set aside any thirst for revenge that you may have. And that's not what we're seeing right now. And it gets worse than that. There's a reason I'm wearing this fucking Ole Miss hat today. All right. And that reason is this. I was watching the talk earlier. And it looks like we've got protests all across the United States right now. Palestinian protests. They're anti-Israeli. They're anti-Semitic at best. They're highly bigoted and racist at the same time. They're using intimidation techniques. There's some violence going on. And those protests are being allowed on campuses. The reason I'm wearing the Ole Miss hat is because I was watching a video of a protest at Ole Miss University. And this African-American lady, I guess she's on the wrong side of the protesters. You've got the protesters that are screaming and yelling at her. And there's one protester that's mimicking a monkey in front of her. So, no, I'm not wearing this hat in order to support Ole Miss. I'm wearing this hat so I can take this fucking ridiculous hat off and throw on the good old Bama hat. Because at the end of the day, at least Alabama ain't fucking Mississippi. Just thought I'd share that. Just thought I'd throw that out. And the worst thing is, so I've been trying to be fair about this stuff, about the Palestinians and the Israelis. Because right now the Israelis are fucking things up. They are. They're killing innocent people. They're killing children. They're all about revenge. All right? The funny thing is I'll post something, like I posted something on my social media feeds. I said, 35,000 Palestinians have been murdered. Why did I post that? Because 35,000 fucking Palestinians have been murdered. The response, and you guys will love this bullshit, the response from several people has been, well, those numbers are greatly exaggerated. What the actual fuck? I seem to remember that way back, not too long ago, that there was a whole group of people that went through this thing called the Holocaust, and that a lot of anti-Semitic people use a phrase of, those numbers are greatly exaggerated. Yet now you're using that. Not only that, but I posted an article about these 6 children that were killed in a Israeli bombing attack. I got a response of, well, Brett, you have to watch out for deep fakes and crisis actors. Are you absolutely fucking kidding me? We've got to set aside our sides. We do. The only side that we should be on is the side of humanity. We shouldn't be on right wing, left wing, Republican, Democrat, Palestinian, Israeli. We should be doing what's best for our fellow human beings. And when we decide to choose that side and dogmatism comes out and we're just unable to be objective or to accept any real rational truth, you have responses like that. Like, you got to watch out for crisis actors. You got to, those numbers are exaggerated. It's a sad, sad thing that this is happening in our world.